Yay!
KIDZEE Star Cartoon
3. The Tortoise and the Geese. Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest full of lush green trees, colorful flowers and chirping birds, there lived a tortoise named Tia. Tia was no ordinary tortoise. She was known throughout the forest for her love of talking. Whether it was about the weather, the shape of a cloud, or the tiniest pebble on the ground, Tia could talk endlessly about anything and everything. Her best friends, Gigi and Gogo, were gentle geese who often visited Tia at the small pond she called home. Unlike Tia, Gigi and Gogo were calm and thoughtful. They loved their friend, but often teased her gently about her talkative nature. One summer, the forest faced an unexpected drought. The once lush greenery turned dry and brown. The animals struggled to find water, and the pond where Tia lived started to shrink day by day. Tia was worried, and so were Gigi and Gogo. One day, as the geese visited Tia at the nearly empty pond, Gigi said,
Tia, this pond will dry up soon. We've decided to fly to a bigger lake far away where there is plenty of water. You should come with us.
Tia's face fell.
But how can I go with you? I don't have wings like you do. I can't fly.
Gogo smiled.
Don't worry, Tia. We've come up with a plan.
Gigi explained.
We'll hold a sturdy stick in our beaks, one on each end, and you can bite down on the middle of the stick. We'll carry you as we fly. But Tia, you must promise one thing. You cannot talk. If you open your mouth, you'll fall.
Tia's eyes lit up.
That's a great idea. I promise I won't talk. I'll be quiet the entire time,
she said eagerly, even though it would be hard for her. The next morning, the geese brought a strong stick and demonstrated how it would work. Tia clamped her mouth tightly on the stick's middle. Gigi and Gogo held the ends in their beaks and flapped their wings. Slowly, they rose into the sky, with Tia dangling in between. Tia was amazed. She had never been so high above the ground before. She could see the entire forest stretching out like a green blanket. She saw winding rivers, tiny animals scurrying below, and even other birds flying by. But as they flew over a nearby village, things changed. Some children playing in the fields below looked up and gasped.
Look, a flying tortoise!
One of them exclaimed. The other children started laughing.
How funny it looks! A tortoise in the sky!
Tia heard them and felt a wave of annoyance. She wanted to shout,
I am not funny! I'm amazing!
But she remembered the geese's warning and stayed silent, gripping the stick tightly. The geese continued flying, but the laughter of the children grew louder.
It is so silly! A tortoise flying in the air!
One boy shouted. Tia's temper rose. Why were they mocking her? Didn't they understand how special this moment was? She couldn't hold it any longer. She opened her mouth and shouted,
I am not silly!
Before she could finish, Tia lost her grip on the stick.
Ah!
She cried as she tumbled through the air, spiraling down toward the ground. Fortunately, Tia landed in a patch of soft grass. She wasn't hurt, but she felt deeply embarrassed. A few moments later, Gigi and Gogo landed beside her. Gigi shook her head.
Tia, we warned you not to talk. Why couldn't you stay silent for a little while longer?
Gogo added gently.
Speaking at the wrong time can lead to trouble, Tia. Sometimes silence is the wisest choice.
Tia lowered her head.
You are right, my friends. My words got me into trouble. I'll try to talk less and think more from now on.
The geese smiled. They knew their friend had learned an important lesson. From that day onward, Tia worked hard to control her habit of talking too much. She became a better listener and learned to speak only when necessary. Her friends were proud of her new wisdom. Moral of the story: know when to stay silent, as speaking unnecessarily can lead to trouble.
KIDZEE Star